Hey everyone, thanks everyone for being here at the USA Crypto Group, attending this amazing AMA with Vault Finance. Vault Finance will be launching with 5 utilities ready, and they claim to be the first contract that doesn't sell the native token to give BSD rewards. So what that means is that ultimately it will really help the chart. Like always, this AMA session is not a financial advice. For research purposes only, and there's no commitment to the team. With that, I'd like to welcome Mason from Vault Finance. He is the CBO of the team. So Mason, if you can start out introducing yourself, talk a little bit about your team, your background, and how did the project come about?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys want me to do a video on this, or do you guys just typically do voice?
Oh, that'd be amazing if you have video, Mason.
Yeah, that's no problem. Give me 1 second here. Well, actually, I apologize about that. I just got a new notebook, and it is the permissions are beyond me for some reason. So I guess we'll just do voice. But anyway, yeah. So I'm Mason. I'm the CBO with Vault Finance. Unfortunately, Chris is not able to join us tonight. He might be in the background. Chris is the CEO and usually does most of these AMAs for us. He's got a good flow about him. He's a doctor by education, and he's translated that education into multiple businesses. So he's actually an entrepreneur as well as a doctor. And then we've got Ross over in the UK, who has a financial background as well, and he is our COO. And then, like I said, myself, I'm the CBO. I went to school for business and entrepreneurship. I've been owner in a sales agency for about 14, 15 years now. My primary role in that position is business development, strategic partnerships, and sales. So none of us are devs by trade. We just bring a business and a professional background, which we feel is needed in the space. So yeah, that's just a little short about us.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mason. So it looks like you guys came from an entrepreneurship background in business as well. You being a CBO, terminology, you don't hear that a lot, but I guess it stands for a Chief Business Officer. So you say your main focus is business development and strategist. Would that sum up your responsibility in the project?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all three of us work really well together. We actually we met on another project a while back, actually, and so we kind of from that project formed a little side group, a little investment group where we just chat about some of the projects we were invested in, and it got to the point to where we were involved in several projects and we felt like some things could change, and we were always kind of, talking about those things amongst us. And the opportunity presented itself. Chris actually scratched it down on some paper and came to us one day and, told us his plans, asked us if we wanted to be a part of it. And we said yes. Our main focus is to change what we've seen in the space so far. And, that comes with how projects are being run, the transparency, the values. And from there, we went out to figure out, what problem we wanted to solve first in terms of, the actual token itself. And for us, Celis, because we're all heavily invested in rewards projects, Celis was a huge issue for us. So we wanted to tackle that first. But yeah, to answer your question, my main goal my main role is obviously partnerships, reaching out to projects, and seeing what type of strategic relationship we can form.
Perfect. That sounds great. Now, I did not hear you introduce any CTO in your project, so I'm assuming that you guys do have a developer out there, but I guess my assumption is contracting out a developer. Is that what it is? Because it looks like looking at your contract, it's actually very it takes a very good knowledge and skill set in order to build this contract where it doesn't sell the rewards. So your CTO is contracted out. Is that correct?
Yes. So we've actually when we started this, like I said, we're not devs, so we went through a very vigorous vetting process for our dev team. And what we've actually got is we've got two dev teams that are contracted out that are working under the same umbrella, and they work in unison. It's not like one dev team is focused on this and one's focused on that. Basically, what we've got is two dev teams. One of them is very good with UI and front end stuff, and then one is very talented on the back end stuff. So they work together in unison to put this into place for us, and they also serve as a CTO, advisor role for us as well. Now, we've also early on we partnered with Reflecto. Reflecto, all three of us, Ross, Chris, and myself, came from Reflecto, just as mods there. We weren't part of the core team. But if you're not familiar with Reflecto, the devs there are probably two of the sharpest devs in the space, in our opinion. So part of the reason we partnered with those guys is because we wanted them in an advisory role for us as we move forward. There'll be, technical aspects that we might not understand, or, we want to get a better understanding for. So we've got those guys in our side pocket as well.
Yeah, might have lost Seattle there. It is Seattle? There he is.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Looks like I got kicked for whatever reason there. Yeah, Mason, I've heard a lot of it. I think that's awesome that your team is able to recognize your strengths and weaknesses, and you guys contract out or bring people in that are better than you guys in a certain category, such as building the contract, very sophisticated contract. So I think props for you guys to doing that. I think that's important within a for a project to succeed, is you have to recognize your strengths and weaknesses and bring the right people in. So appreciate for that introduction there, Mason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Now, so let's looks like you guys are doing a pre-sale on the 23rd, which is in 3 days from now, and the pre-sale will take place on your website. Is that correct there?
Yeah, that's correct. So, part of, the main aspect that we've gotten a lot of, followers from is our first secret utility, which at first our community didn't know that that's what we were coming to launch with. But this is how we're actually going to bring Celis to market, and that is our own launchpad and DEX. Which is called Novation. It will be a full liquidity holding decentralized exchange. We like to call it a liquidity management asset.
Nice. So you guys pretty much launching your own pad. So that's really awesome. We will get in depth on that later on here.
Absolutely.
But I do want to talk a little bit, go in depth in your pre-sale. So it looks like, again, the pre-sales on the 23rd. Now let's talk about the private sale. How much did you guys raise? And also, what are you guys raising for your pre-sale coming up here?
Well, our private sale was basically 16% of the total token allocation, and there was a 5 BNB max on that. I believe I don't have that number right in front of me, but I believe BNB was about $400 per BNB at that point. So I should have that figure in front of me, but I apologize. I don't. I can drop that in the chat after we get done with this.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. And it looks like you guys do have some vesting period for the seed and the pre-sale investor as well, right? Do you have those number, the time frame on those?
Yeah, absolutely. So private sale is going to be vested for 10 days. So basically every day you'll be able to claim 10%. And then our private pre-sale will be vested for 20 days. So you'll be able to claim 10% every other day.
Okay, and your team wallet's vested for 2 years, and I see that on the website. That's a very long time.
Yeah,
so 2 years.
Yeah, that's correct. 2 years. We wanted to, make sure that we provided trust to our community and let them know that we're not going anywhere. This project means something to us. So, that's 50 trillion tokens that will be locked up for 2 years. Basically, providing faith to the community that we're here to work for you guys.
Yeah, 100%. So I think by the team locking up their tokens for 2 years, I think that speaks volumes as far as, their commitment to the team. And so it's not one of those projects where I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. Right. So, it's actually glad to see that. A very long time, for your vested tokens. So it's always good to see. Now let's get to the good stuff here, Mason. So it looks like you guys do claim that you guys are the first contract that do not sell the chart or the native tokens in order to give the BUSD rewards. Now, for those that are not familiar out there, for a period of time, we have a lot of projects that says they give out 15% or 20% BUSD rewards. So what happened is that these contracts will sell the native tokens in order to give those BUSD rewards and ultimately tank the chart. So a lot of projects went dead because of that issue. So now looks like Vault Finance, they do have a priority, some type of design on the contract that prevent the contract from doing that. Mason, please go in depth on this. It's actually very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously there's some secret sauce involved in that, and I can't go into huge detail because our contract will be behind proxy protection. But what I can tell you is that it works 2 ways. Everything is done with the contract and with the actual DEX itself. That's why the DEX was imperative for this system to work. So basically, there's some projects out there that have workarounds. But basically, what it comes down to is that you need to get the BNB up front. Otherwise, you're selling for native tokens for your rewards. So basically, we can do that because we have a DEX, and the contract is obviously, works in unison with the DEX. So the workarounds that some people do is they'll have a front end, and that front end basically can handle a sell-as transaction. But what happens is that they don't have a decentralized exchange. They don't hold liquidity, so they have to point their router to let's say PancakeSwap. So that's fine as long as somebody goes through that front end and that user interface. They can have a sell-as transaction. But what happens is that if a project has liquidity on PCS, then you've opened up a backdoor. So basically that means that any investor can now go directly to PancakeSwap and they can make a transaction. Well, if they, make a transaction on PancakeSwap, it's not going to be sell-as. So basically, what you get into is that you have some projects that have done this workaround, and it provides less contract sales, but it's not 100% sell-less, essentially. So what we've done is, we've obviously created this decentralized exchange. We hold the liquidity. So if a project comes to us and they place their full liquidity with us, our front end is handled to make the sell-less transaction. There's no liquidity anywhere else, so we can make a project 100% sell-less. We are going to be the first project to walk across that line and show projects how it can be done. That was very important for us to come to market and prove that this system works. So yeah, I mean, that's the short of it and how it works. It all has to do with our decentralized exchange and our contracts.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of contracts, like I said earlier, that have had this huge issues of contracts selling itself pretty much. So you guys figured out a way through your DEX pretty much to take off the BNB prior going to the chart. Very ingenious way to do that. Like I said, I'm not a technical guy. I'm pretty sure, like you said, you have a proprietary design on this, and you can't speak on much. But man, have you guys tested this out, Mason? Like, is this? I'm assuming that you guys have already, and it works. It works well.
Yeah, absolutely. Our devs have been testing this for a while now, and they've actually got a hacker, basically trying to break into it from the back end as well too. So it's been going through some serious testing.
That is awesome. So that's great. So that leads to, let's talk about the breakdown of tax. So regarding the BUSD rewards, you guys are getting 7% proportionate to your holding on every transaction. Now, is that buy and sell as well?
That's correct. Yeah, the 7% will be buy and sell. Well, everything on the tokenomics list actually is buy and sell.
Okay, perfect. And it looks like you do have a 5% unlocked the vault. What is that?
So basically Unlock the Vault is, we decided to do something a little different to incentivize our investors to hang around. So you're going to get your 7% up front. On every buy and sell, you'll get 7%. What the 5% is an incentive to keep people around. So we've got a wallet that is essentially just going to accumulate that 5% tax on buys and sells. It's going to keep building, and every so often, what we're going to do is it's going to be called an Unlock the Vault event. And basically, the holders are going to get a share of what's in that Unlock the Vault wallet. And it will be proportionate to obviously your bag size, and it will be airdropped to your account. So just an extra incentive. Chris likes to say when he does these AMAs, we're all about providing value. Because you see so many of these projects that just they come to market, they fly, they launch, and do whatever X, 5, 20X, and then, people dump. And it's a common trend that you see on the charts so often where it just flies up and then it goes down and then it flatlines. And basically, you're in that flatline zone until, most of the time it could stay down there, or it's dependent on the team actually providing utilities, which is another reason why we've decided to come to market with utilities first.
Yeah, and we will get into the detail of those utilities. So that's actually pretty cool that you guys do have like the 5% that's dedicated to the people who are committed to the team, to the project that hold for long term. So it pretty much is further incentivize people to hold. So on top of the 7% that you get, everybody will get through every transaction. So the 5% is dedicated for the people who hold for long term. Now, do you have the time frame of that there, Mason, of like how long do you have to hold the tokens in order for that to benefit from that 5%?
Yeah, so that 5% is going to be distributed to basically, if you're holding, you're going to be eligible for the 5% on that one. Now we've got some other stuff that's dependent on time frames, but this is basically incentive to hold.
Wow, so that's pretty much for everyone as well. Okay, awesome. Now, your total tax is 20%, and I do see that there's 4% for buyback and burn. Is that correct, there, Mason? That's a pretty big number.
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, we've got a 4% tax for strategic buyback and burn, and this is not going to be like your standard manual buyback and burn. This is going to be strategic, set in place with algorithms to basically trigger when there is a big sell-off or something like anytime where this equation reads that hey, we need some reinforcement. The strategic buyback and burn is for that to basically help us out in time of need. So yeah, and I do hear where you say that's a 4% tax and a little high. One of the things about this is, our tokenomics system, we don't believe that 20% is going to be, where we're at for the life of the project. Basically, what we're trying to do with this tax system now is build the project up to a solid, healthy position. From there, we're going to be generating revenue on these utilities that we're building out that we'll talk about, I'm sure, later on. It's our goal to, continue to reduce these taxes to where, the taxes will probably be next to none eventually. But, coming to market, we've got to get in a good financial position before we're in the position to do that. So we really need to get the revenue, get the utilities out and have those start generating revenue before we can, start reducing the taxes and stuff.
Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, I think with every project, starting out, the biggest hardship is the financial side of it, right? So in order to move forward, you got to have enough money to build out development, marketing, such things, to the point where you can, re-strategize accordingly. But yeah, so I think that with the 4% buyback, I think so. Ultimately, the token is deflationary because they are burning tokens. Seems like very frequently. So that means that it's pretty much taken off the total supplies, and ultimately it reduces the supply and it's increase the demand, right? So that ultimately helps the overall project as well, or investors. So that's great. It's a great I love deflationary tokens, so which is good. And you have 2% for marketing, 1% for development, and 1% for LP. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Perfect. Now, another thing that I see on here, Chris, is that Diamond Hands Heist. What is that about?
Yeah, so the Diamond Hand Heist is really unique. This is when I spoke about value earlier. This is another one of those value incentives that we're bringing to the table. So basically, what that is that's 10% of our token allocation. So 100 trillion tokens will be held in a wallet, and so basically, any buyer that purchases from launch day to day 30 will be privy to this Diamond Hand Heist. And what we're going to do is at day 60, you have to hold all the way up to day 60. So, from launch date to day 30, you can buy. You can't sell anything. If you sell, you're eliminated from it. But basically at day 60, we're going to distribute those 100 trillion tokens to all of our holders that haven't sold anything. And again, that will be proportionate to your bag size. Now, the other thing is that wallet is set up to accumulate rewards. So it is for the first 60 days, unless somebody comes in with some huge buys, it is probably going to be one of the biggest accumulator of rewards on the project. So what we're going to do is on day 120, for anybody that hasn't sold, we're going to distribute the BUSD rewards to all of the holders that haven't sold. So it's basically just a huge incentive to keep people around, let them see our utilities go to work, build some more trust. So that's the initiative behind the Diamond Hand Heist.
That's pretty awesome. So further incentivize people to hold and rewards people who hold until 60 days. So you hold until 30 days, you qualify for this heist. It will be airdropped to you, 100 trillion tokens, which is quite a bit. Now, I do have a question, though. Does this apply to the team wallet as well there, Mason?
Does it? Are the team wallets going to be able to basically get those rewards?
Correct.
That's one of our last things that we're still discussing, whether we will be privy to those rewards. We've had a lot of discussions and full disclosure about it, and transparency. We are the team is we are investors too. This is essentially what we're doing full time right now. I mean, we have day jobs, but I think none of us realized how time consuming this actually was until we got into it. So I believe the thought is that we are going to be eligible for the Diamond Hand Heist. But like I said, that's still a last minute consideration that we will go 100% decide on before the contract is deployed.
Yeah, thanks for that transparency. I think that's very important there. Awesome. Now, let's talk about the utilities that will be ready at launch. So it looks like, let's start with the dashboard and the D app.
Yeah, absolutely. So the DApp is going to be like you typically see with most projects, but you don't get, sometimes for a month, sometimes 2 months, sometimes never at all. So it's going to be a way for you to track your, track your holdings, what you've accumulated, what you claimed. It's basically just going to be a user interface for everything you need to know about Vault Finance.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So the next one, I see that you have a private and public website. What is that private? What is that function about?
Yeah. So the private is basically the public side of the website is going to be, just like you would normally see on a website, all your basic information for anybody that might be interested in Vault Finance. Your private side of the website is going to have your stuff like the DApp in there. It's going to have kind of a tiered system to help you build basically rewards based on your standing within the community and stuff. So we might have like merch giveaways in there, just some fun community stuff to keep people involved, keep our investors involved, just little stuff like that.
Awesome. Now going to your the next utility is you have the digital wallet.
Yeah. So this digital wallet is going to be it'll be a day one offering. It's not going to, it's not going to be competing with Trust Wallet or MetaMask day one. It's not meant to do that. It's basically just, it's meant to be a utility, another useful tool for our investors that invest with us. Now, in the future, there's going to be some really cool things that we're not speaking of too much right now because it has to do with some of our secret utilities and whatnot. But basically this wallet is going to get more enhanced over time, and we see it useful and integrating with some of the utilities we have in the future.
Okay, perfect. Now you do have a staking platform that also will be ready as well on launch day. Could you speak on that, and what kind of numbers are we expecting? Is there anything that differentiate you guys from other staking platform out there?
So we're not coming actually with a staking platform on day one. what we're going to do is allow our investors to stake right from the beginning. So we're doing that actually with a group called Brew Labs, who do a really good job with staking. So we'll have our public pool with Brew Labs, and then we've also we're going to have a private pool for some of our investors. We did a NFT series a while back, and basically we had 3 different NFTs. One you could buy, and it was basically like an owner's box. It allows you in a owner's room with the owners. You can voice concerns. There might be some giveaways that you're privy to in that room. Basically, gets you the inside scoop. The other NFT that we did was a NFT for tax-free buys. So basically, if you buy and you hold this NFT, you'll be able to send your transaction hash to us, and we will actually refund you on your tax in tokens. And the third NFT we did is a staking NFT, and this NFT will allow you to a private staking pool. So basically, with Brew Labs, we'll have 2 pools. We'll have the first one, which is a public pool that anybody is eligible for. And then we'll have a private pool for only the people that hold the Diamond NFT. So, we're looking at, we don't have the numbers just yet. We actually should have our numbers later on tonight, but you're looking at ranges of 10 to 20% on those staking pools.
Okay, and I'm assuming that's APY, 10 to 20%. That's pretty
Yes,
good.
sir. Yes, sir. APY.
Perfect. Now, also Vault Finance. Also, you guys are actually doing a DEX and a launchpad as well. Now, I do see in your website that it will be ready at launch. Could you clarify that and go in depth on those?
Yeah, absolutely. So our launchpad and our DEX is branded under the name of Novation, and it is a day one offering. In fact, it is exclusively where we are launching and where we will list our liquidity. As I mentioned before, with the Sellus attribute, it is the only means right now to provide us with 100% Sellus BUSD rewards, and we see this as a huge platform for other tokenomics projects that are coming to launch. So we need to be the first project to basically to prove that this system works. So we've decided that we're going to come to market on our own launchpad and our own DEX. Now we've got, we see a lot of benefits, and we tried to build a lot of benefits into the launchpad and the DEX to incentivize other projects to follow our lead. One of those main benefits is that we've partnered with a project called Reward Miner Coin, and we are both going to have a launchpad and DEX system where the front ends will be different, but all the back ends are tied together. So what we're doing with this system is that if a project comes to market and they want to be Sellus, or even if they don't want to be Sellus, we're giving them an option to where, hey, you can launch and you can list our liquidity on our platform. Now, Reward Miner Coin's platform is called Renegade. So basically, if a project comes to us, they're going to have the option to launch on both Renegade and Novation. And also, by placing liquidity with us, they're going to get trades on both front ends. And they only have to place liquidity in one place. So what this does for tokenomics is it provides universal tokenomics. It eliminates some arbitrage issues. So that's the direction that we're headed with Novation, and in the future we actually hope to bring other front ends to basically tie into our liquidity as well. And with some with some API like what 1inch brings to market, actually projects can have their own front end tie into our liquidity pool and generate some profit for their projects actually. So we've got this, essentially what we're doing is we're building a network of launch pads and front ends. And that starts with Novation.
Yeah, very, very interesting concept. And I think it's actually much needed due to the fact that you guys, one of the biggest features on that is a sell-less contract, so, I think a lot of projects will be able to benefit from that 100%. Now, being a launchpad, though, Mason, now, have you guys started the process yet, like reaching out to other projects or kind of promote marketing about your launchpad yet? How's that going? When you said since it will be ready in day one, would there be any projects yet or anything in the works at the moment?
Yeah, so we have actually reached out to several projects, and we're speaking behind the doors with several projects that are interested in not only launching with us, but actually listing with us as well. Now, we were going to have the launchpad set up immediately to start launching projects, but we're basically going to give this. We need to give it just a little time after we launch and list, just to if there are any tweaks we want to make. We'll have some time to do that. But yes, essentially, we're ready to go. We're talking to projects already. And we intend to start launching and listing very shortly after we come to market.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm actually very excited, and I hope that you guys succeed. The last project that trying to do a thing like this, I believe was Moon Force. I cannot say that they're very successful at it at the moment. So yeah, I hope you guys really going to implement this sell-less contract. I think that'd be really, really needed, really awesome to see within the space. Perfect. All right. Did I miss anything for the utilities that you guys going to be ready at launch there before we go into the future utilities there, Mason?
No, I think you pretty much nailed it on the launch day one utilities.
Okay, perfect. Now let's talk about the futures utilities. Looks like you.
I actually just thought of one thing. Actually, I saw a note from Chris. Actually, I wanted to make sure everybody knew. I was talking about some value that we're trying to bring to the launchpad and DEX. And one of the unique things we're doing on the launchpad, not only are we providing projects with multiple avenues to launch, but we figured out how to basically projects or investors, that have their tokens vested in the contract, they will still be eligible to get rewards. So this has been something that, any investor has been kind of, upset with in the past because, they have to wait for their token amounts to be invested before they can receive their rewards. So, basically what we're allowing our investors to do is their full vested amounts are going to get rewards. So basically this saves them the headache of, trying to buy in pre-sale and then jumping over to launch and trying to score a big bag too, to basically get rewards on all that volume. You're basically, if you buy on pre-sale on our launchpad, and we're going to be able to do this for other projects as well, your investors are going to get rewards from their full bag on day one. So just another one of those little incentives that I wanted to add in there before we moved on to the future utilities.
That's actually a great future because there's been so many times for me personally where I'm too busy or I forget to claim my rewards on whether that's pink or other pad. Then I probably missed the first 24 hours of the highest volume. And I always kick myself, So yeah, that's a very neat future to have. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, we've all been there. Or what happens is that the claim button gets jammed up and you're sitting in a log jam for, 24 hours or something like that. So we thought that was a really cool and innovative feature to add to the Launchpad.
Yes, I think that's really awesome. All right, perfect. Now, you guys do have some utilities that you guys plan for the futures as well. If you can elaborate on those.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got VaultCircle. We'll start with VaultCircle. VaultCircle is going to be a communication platform. Now we're all used to Telegram and Discord are your predominant apps or programs that are used in the crypto space right now. And what we found, and a lot of investors share the same sentiment, is that these platforms were not really designed for crypto. They do good for certain things, and each platform has its strengths. For instance, I love Discord for its organizational aspect. I love Telegram for its ease of use. If I could marry those two programs and come out with the ultimate program, it would be perfect. So VaultCircle is basically going to be bringing a communications app that's going to have some other stuff too that will cater towards the project's need, the investors' need. But basically, we're trying to design a program that is more focused on the crypto investor. And some of those things will be, we all get tired of the bots coming in Telegram and Discord and stuff like that. So some of the unique features we thought about doing is, kind of like a rating system, to where, if someone is a scammer or they scam you in a DM or something, you can flag their account and it shows so that other people, especially newbie investors and stuff like that, they might not know. And so many times we hear people that, open up a DM and they connect their wallet to something. So, we're going to try to set up some things to eliminate that, and whether that, has some 2FA integrated into it. There's all kinds of different measures that we see that we can implement into this app. And also it'll be another little aspect feature that we're trying to do is like an AMA room where basically you can go and all your favorite channels or whatever are listed there. And it shows, for instance, that, hey, there's a USA Crypto Group AMA at 8:00 tonight. I got 15 minutes. I can chime into that. Or, right down below it, it shows, Meta Moonshot's got one. So basically it's we'll organize and like a little calendar aspect for AMAs coming up that you might be interested in. So all kinds of little stuff like that we feel like would benefit your crypto enthusiasts. That's what we're aiming to do with VaultCircle.
Yeah, that is great. I think we in this space are so early still, and even if we all, like you say, we all been scammed within Telegram or other social media out there. So there's definitely ways to improve. To be ready for the space, because I think the crypto space is not going anywhere. And if you guys are able to provide a space where investors can communicate and chit chat to one another in a more safer environment, and just improve it overall place, I think that would be amazing. So I think that's actually a great idea, given that we're so new to the space. All right, so the next one I see is you have the Vault Exchange Marketplace.
Yeah, Vault Exchange is going to be a goods and services platform. So you can think of that as kind of like a blend of eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, except it's going to be a crypto marketplace. We are actually one of the partners that we've aligned with is Ember. So they are doing some really cool stuff right now with fiat on and off ramping, and also to where you can basically pay for projects or for products with crypto. So we're going to integrate this in the Vault Exchange. Now, obviously, this is way down the pipeline. There's some regulatory things that we need to go through. But basically, your good side will be everything like anything from selling a mountain bike to, buying a refrigerator. That's the type, of goods, basically that you can expect. Anything that you would see on eBay, Craigslist, something like that. Now services is going to be a platform to where, any type of service that you might need, whether it be let's say you need a professional shiller, or you need moderators, or you need, some devs. Basically, this platform will allow you to scour the market for that. And hopefully, obviously we see it beneficial to maybe have like a ranking system involved in that as well. So that, kind of what you're getting. And then also a lot of one of the aspects to that services side is we are going to have an adult only side. So basically, if you are anybody that's familiar with OnlyFans, it will be an adult only section, crypto version of OnlyFans. So that, in the short, is what we're looking at with Vault Exchange.
Wow, you guys have very ambitious. Looks like there's no limit, even to OnlyFans type of thing on there as well. I like that.
Well, our devs actually, we always joke because we're always nonstop in the devs' ears, telling them, what we want to do, and it's a lot of times, the devs have to be like, yeah, absolutely, we can do it, but let's slow down. Let's focus on what's right in front of us right now. But we're very highly ambitious individuals. We feel like we know what the crypto market would like to see, and we want to push on with that. And what makes us so happy about our dev team is that, like I said, they constantly tell us, we can build it. We just need you on the business side, and we'll build anything you want. So, that's kind of where we are with that.
Yeah, I do sense that you guys have a very good sense of the directions of where crypto is heading. Just looking at what you guys have planned. So it shows that you guys have been in the space for a while as well, which is great. The secret utility. How can we get you guys to pretty much bribe you? How much would it cost for us to pay you guys to give us some secret utilities?
Yeah, well, everybody wants to know what the secret utilities are. We've actually got a couple secret utilities, and to be quite honest with you, nobody knows what our secret utilities are outside of our core team. We won't even let our partners in on what our secret utilities are right now. What I can tell you is that the first secret utility that we launch after we come to market, because we've already announced our first secret utility, was Novation. This second one, though, we are more pumped about this secret utility than anything that we're doing, anything that's on the roadmap, anything. This is what I can tell you as a kind of hint is that this secret utility is bigger than crypto. It's bigger than blockchain. It's bigger than crypto, bigger than blockchain, bigger than cross-chain. It's basically something that nobody has seen before, and that is why we're keeping it close, because we intend on dropping the news about it, basically to where there's not a chance that anybody can catch us, because we believe that it will be that big to where everybody, when we launch it, is going to be trying to copy this. So that's what I can tell you about the secret utility. A lot of information that tells you nothing.
And that is awesome. They do say, Mason, that everything has a price tag. So hopefully, we're trying to get it out from them one way or the other for you guys. All right, Mason. So it looks like I think we pretty much cover all the utilities. And I cannot wait to see that secret utilities that you are talking about. Let's go on to the roadmap. Let me pull that up really quick. So it looks like we're at Q2 at the moment, correct? Oh, actually, yeah, we are Q2, heading to Q3. What is the next big thing that is coming up for you guys?
Well, obviously our launch is on the 23rd. It's going to be huge for us because it is the debut of Novation Launchpad and DEX. And from there, we might take a little breather, but we're getting right back at it. Obviously, there's a lot of work to be done with the partnerships. And basically bringing other projects on Novation, and then also too, we've got to keep moving forward with our utilities, and the secret utility, obviously, like we just spoke about, is high on our priority list. It's going to take some time, so we want to dive right into that. So I think Chris, Ross, and myself can all agree we're going to let the devs take a little cool off moment because they've been going full at it, and we'll take a little breather as well. And then it's all about driving business to our utility, Novation to start with, and then continuously moving forward with our future utilities.
Perfect. All right, sounds great. Now to recap. You guys do have a very special contract that has been tested out, that it does not sell the native token. So for those that love BUSD rewards, I will suggest really look into the project. They do have the pre-sale on the 23rd on the website. And now I don't see anything on the website yet, but that's something that you guys will update us with there, Mason. Is that right? Because the DEX is not live yet, right? Or where people can participate on the pre-sale is not live at the moment.
Yeah, that's correct. So actually tomorrow will be the day that we actually showcase the Launchpad and the DEX for the first time. So it will go live. We'll have basically one landing page for Novation. It will be off of our main page, which actually on Friday, our whole web page is going to be redesigned. We had a team member who's a mod. We consider all of our mods team members with Vault Finance, and this guy is a whiz. He's more capable of what he knows, I believe. But he did our website for us. We needed something to launch with and get us to where we are now. And we've got but we do have a total rehaul of this website coming out on Friday. And one of the tabs you're going to see is the landing page for Novation. Now it will be temporarily up tomorrow, but like I said, it will be full on and live on our fresh website on Friday.
Perfect. So that's Friday. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Now, looking at the roadmap, I do see sex listing on here, just natural progressions of every project, right? Now, you guys have any sex specific in mind at the moment, or is that just got in mind in the future?
Well, we've got some friends over at Wi-Fi that are actually coming out with a centralized exchange to support tokenomics, and they're going to be coming out in just under a week now. So we're in conversations with them. Obviously, we'd like to support friends, and we'd like to get on that centralized exchange. And from there, we'll look at obviously some of these bigger centralized exchanges require a lot of volume. So we'll look at some of the ones first, depending on where our volume is. But we'll look at like DigiPhoenix, and then obviously intentions. We'd love to get on Bitmart and some of the bigger guys.
Perfect. Awesome. Now, we all know that, in regards to any kind of BUSD rewards, we do need pretty good volume. What are the marketing plans that you guys have in place in the short term and as far as long term as well?
Yeah. So for marketing, we kind of we have a multi-tiered approach, multi-pronged approach to that. We actually did a survey early on with our community asking, how they found out about Vault. And it was actually it kind of blew me away, but most of our community members said they found out about us through word of mouth. So, our community is very strong. They continue to get the word out, but we can't rely solely on just our community to do our marketing. And that's something that we've seen with a lot of projects in the past. They kind of get complacent with the marketing, and they rely too much on their community to do that work. So, Chris, who I mentioned earlier, our CEO, has been nonstop with these AMAs, and it's been a great avenue for us to get our project in front of some new investors out there in the space that might not be connected with our community. So we get the project out that way. So we're going to continue to do AMAs, whereas a lot of projects stop doing the AMAs after they launch. We're going to keep going full force with that. And the other aspect of that is we've partnered with a professional marketing agency called Ninja Promo, and they are going to continue to market us even after launch. They've got some avenues, some areas they can reach that we can't touch with our network, and quite honestly, the AMA groups wouldn't be able to extend the reach as far as these folks can go. So we've onboarded them, we've hired them. They're going to continue to promote for us, and then obviously for our launchpad and DEX, which is a big revenue generator for us, we're partnering with some AMA groups to actually help promote us even when we're not doing AMAs, just to kind of give us a shout out, let people know that, hey, if you're coming to market, we got Novation out there. They're a launchpad and a decentralized exchange. No more shuffling around on launch date. So that's kind of where we're going in with regards to the direction of marketing.
Yeah, thanks for that answer there, Mason. Yeah, definitely. I think AMAs are important to get your name out there, raise more awareness to your project. And I can see that you guys are very wise people over there, given the fact that you guys are here with us in the USA Crypto Group. So I appreciate that. And we don't have a problem. Just let us know if seems like in talking to you, you guys have a great team, great sense of directions where you want to take the project, and we'll be happy to continue to further promote you guys for sure.
That sounds wonderful.
Awesome, Mason. I think we pretty much covered everything. Did we leave anything else? Anything out that you feel that we need to speak on?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. This is my first time doing one of these AMAs like this. Like I said, Chris is usually the lead, but he was occupied today, so he called me up from the minor leagues. So I'm sure after I get off of this, I'll think of something that I forgot.
I couldn't tell. I think you articulated yourself very well on pretty much everything. So I thought you did an amazing job. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and open up the mic for anyone that has questions. So you have questions, go ahead and ask away. Then Mike will also jump on to. I'm pretty sure that we have a lot of questions in the room as well. So yeah, guys, open up the mic if you have questions.
Got a question. You mentioned the NFT sales. I was part of your NFT pre-sale. I got your VIP one. Are the NFTs all sold out, or does anybody have an opportunity for some that might still be in circulation?
I believe we still have some NFTs for sale. Now, what's going to be the issue right now is we're so close to launch that I'm not sure that we're going to be able to get them over to our minting partner. But by all means, shoot me a DM, and I'll chat with the team and see if it's feasible for anybody that might be interested in doing an NFT.
Got it. And I guess for those of us who have purchased it, are we able to go to hold for gold and claim them, or is it still
Yeah.
going to be like a claim at launch type deal?
Oh no, absolutely. We actually dropped a message about that in the chat, so we'll be happy to direct you with the link and instructions on how to mint your NFT. But they are absolutely available.
Okay, yeah. Last week in particular has been crazy busy for me, so I haven't been able to keep up with any of my groups. But I'll definitely head over there and check it out.
I totally understand that.
Thanks for that, Mike. Matt. Anyone else? I do see that your CEO is answering a lot of the questions in the room, so really appreciate that.
Yeah, Chris over here in the background, he is killing it. There might be one question for me to ask. He's having a side text AMA during this. He's a man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm watching it on the chat here, and I'm like, wow. He's an impressive CEO. I got to hand it to him. He's a top lead.
I just got off the meeting and stuff, so I thought I'd help attack from the chat side while you handle the voice AMA portion.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, appreciate that, Chris. Is there any more questions on voice here? And I believe I have one or two questions to ask.
Hello.
Go ahead. Hello.
Yeah, I want to ask, the security of projects, they plays a vital role. So what are the safety measures adopted by Vault Finance to prevent hacking and bugs?
Was that a question directed towards bots?
Yes, what are the measures that are installed on Vault Finance to prevent hacking and bugs?
We'll have on our DEX and launchpad, we'll have anti-bot features, and then with regards to the security, our security is ramped up and protected by the code, and it will continue to be protected. The servers will be protected, with the highest security possible on the back end.
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate that question, Nick. Is there any more questions on voice? Please feel free to go ahead and unmute yourself. If not, I will go ahead and read this only question that wasn't answered here in the text. All right, perfect. So this one's coming from Radiohead. In such a competitive environment, how do you plan to scale and develop your project to a greater height in order to reach the moon? And how do you differentiate yourself from the competitors in terms of technology and customer support?
Yeah, absolutely. So we pride ourselves on basically being investors first. We've been in the scene for a while. We've seen projects, their shortfalls, their shortcomings. We've also at the same time we've seen projects that did a very good job, and but we're missing on something else. So we very much tried to basically evaluate this whole scene since we've got into it, and basically what we're trying to do is create the best project for the investor's mind first. Now to stay on, to keep a competitive edge, that's part of the whole value aspect that I brought up earlier. We're really coming to market with a lot of value, which, to be quite honest, there's not many projects that come to market with value. They typically, they launch a project and then, take your funds, and then, 6 months, maybe a year later, you get a utility. Sometimes you don't. So we're coming to market with a utility to prove that we mean business. And then the innovation is going to keep delivering. Like I said, like we spoke about earlier, with these future utilities. These are going to be some really good utilities. Novation is going to be our backbone for us. That's going to continue to drive revenue to the project. And then on top of that, I speak so highly. We all speak so highly about the secret utility because this is the game changer that, in our opinion, is going to set us apart from most any of the other projects in this space right now. So that's kind of I hope that answered your question. But we're just going to continue to innovate, continue to be transparent, and provide value to our investors.
Appreciate that, Mason. There. Let's see here. Hold on.
So I got a question. Whenever people trade on BSC Network, to my knowledge, they generally use PancakeSwap, KuCoin, DEX Tools, or Bogged Finance, all of which are just different rebrandings of PancakeSwap.
Yep.
Have you thought about reaching out to at least the big three options to PancakeSwap, KuCoin, DEX Tools, or Bogged Finance to see if they might want to be compatible with your front end so that people that are comfortable and want to stay with what they're stubborn with might consider using your front end instead of having to funnel into only people that are willing to take the step into the sell list?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's something we're definitely talking about. Obviously, it would be great for us to have a Bogged Finance or somebody like that pointing essentially pointing their router over to our liquidity pool. It's going to take some time. Obviously, we need to get we need to get out first. We need to provide proof to the general public that this system works and impress some people. But yeah, absolutely, those are conversations that are definitely being had, and that is definitely a direction we'd like to move towards.
Appreciate the question, Matt, there. Sorry for the pause. I was sifting through all the questions. Let's see. Oscar, his first part was answered already. His second question is, can you elaborate a little bit deeper into your commercial partnerships?
Our commercial partnerships? Yeah. So I think I understand what you mean, but we've developed several partnerships over the course of our existence. The first one I mentioned earlier is Reflecto. We've got some collaboration utilities actually in development with these guys right now that you can look forward to hearing some announcements about very shortly. That is going to be another excellent utility for our investors that is definitely going to be a crowd pleaser. We have partnered with our KYC partner is Anonymous. And we've actually in the process of forming a relationship partnership with Certec. These last two that I mentioned, actually, I should have mentioned earlier. I'm glad you said something about them. With our launchpad system, we are not only going to be providing, multiple platforms for projects to launch across, but we're also going to provide a package for them. There will be no projects that launch on Vault Finance's Novation without us knowing that they mean business and they're not going to scam somebody or rug pull. So we are offering packages to projects at discounted rates through both Anonymous and Certec. So we will be able to provide pricing through those partners to our investors. To our listing partners for a discounted rate. So we've got those partners there. We've got some NFT partners that help us with our NFT creation. And I think that's pretty much it on the main partners. Other than that, we're obviously we're making a lot of friends in the in the business, and those are some that you can actually see that have launched, that are going to be listed on our decentralized exchange Novation on day one, actually.
Oh, perfect. That's so definitely a lot going on there for sure. Before I kick it back over to Seattle here, I just want to say I appreciate you coming on over here, Mason and Chris, tonight. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Chris was killing it tonight on the text. Mason, you're very well articulated, very well to understand, and very detailed. It's very appreciated here. And,
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. So with that being said, before we kick it off to the giveaway here, I just want to close it up with Seattle. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mike. Thanks for those answers there, Mason, as well as Chris. Looks like it's very active in the room answering all those questions. So that helps a lot. Mason and the team, I really appreciate you guys being here at USA Crypto Group. Is there a last word you want to leave us with?
Well, we just welcome everybody here over to our community. We've got an active community over in Telegram. We've also we're over on Discord as well. I know some folks just come over to Telegram for AMAs. So join our community, see what we're all about. The core team is always active in the community, and we've got a great group of moderators who also, like I said, are part of the team as well. And if there are any additional questions that you didn't think about during this AMA that you'd like to hit us with, Chris always says iron sharpens iron. So sometimes people don't like to hit us with the hard questions up front. Come over, drop it in our chat. We'd love to see you over there. And other than that, we really appreciate the opportunity to join you guys tonight. And that's it.
Yeah, definitely there, Mason. Yeah, so what we usually do is we'd like to ask the team if, you guys like us to raise awareness to your Telegram room. So how we do is that we will send people to your room saying great AMA at USA Crypto Group. Then Mike will go over there and he would pick like a $25 winner, as well as the best question tonight, and also a random, $25 cash draw as well. If that's something that you'd like us to do there, Mason, send people to your room to raise awareness to your room, let us know.
Yeah, I think we're all about awareness.
Okay, perfect. So Johnny, pretty soon he will write a little thing on the bottom in the Telegram room that says, go over to Vault Finance and say, great AMA at USA Crypto Group, and Mike will be over to pick a winner over there as well. So with that, I'd like to kick it back to Mike, and he's going to do a cash prize draw.
All right, guys. Here's the fun part at the end here. Got a $25 cash prize giveaway to one lucky winner here. We had 203 total participants tonight. I tried to be very fair with this. There was probably about 210, but some of these people were just here very shortly. So for the people here longer than about 40 minutes or so, they got to stay on the wheel. So with that being said, I'll hit a quick shuffle. We'll grab our one $25 winner here, as well as I will siphon through all the questions, pick a best question I feel there for another $25. And like Seattle said earlier, I will be over to your group soon there, Mason, and pick another $25 for jumping on over to your group and asking some questions and being active. Javier, congratulations. Won yourself $25, brother. That's it for the wheel. Mason, Chris, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. After this, I will be sure to promptly get you over a recording, audio and video of this, as well as when it's uploaded to YouTube, the link as well for you guys. Appreciate you, Mason. It's been an amazing night.
Hey, thank you guys so much for having us. We appreciate it. Cheers, folks.
Cheers, brother.
All right, guys. So I do have to run as well. Looks like we do have a little meeting coming up here. So I think Mike is going to work in the background. But if you guys want to chit chat, leave it open. If not, we'll close the mic down.
All right, Seattle. Appreciate you as always. Great hosting, man. Always very well detailed. And like you said, I'll be working in the background to get this posted and pinned and then a copy and all that go into YouTube and sent over to their team. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves, but if it's a little quiet for a minute too, I'll close it up. Thanks, guys.
Thought that was a pretty good AMA. I think the team did it very well as far as their answers, and I love the contract.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Mason's saying that it's kind of his first time being in the spotlight for the voice side of the AMAs. He did extremely well. You would have not guessed that. Very natural, very well spoken, articulated, and very well detailed. Absolutely.
What's going on, Matt? I see ya. You're always in here with us and asking some great questions, man. Actually, I haven't seen you for a while, for the last few days.
Yeah, I'm actually out processing from the military because they're doing the whole COVID hype again. So before they tell me that I got to get out, I'm just going to get the fuck out on my own. So been doing a lot of classes and all that.
Finally making that decision to just boogie on out. I remember this has been a little thing for a while now.
Yeah, it's been going on since 2020 springtime frame, but even now it's not like for sure they're going to push everybody out, but I'm just tired of the back and forth of prepare to be gone in 1 week or nope, you're good to go now. So it's whatever. But anyways, yeah, that's been taking a ton of time. So popping in when I can. I've been tracking Vault for quite a while. I want to say like a few months maybe. And I knew that they had an AMA here, so I wanted to hop in if I had the time.
Yeah, I remember vividly. Yeah, we've been talking about Vault Finance for months now. So it's actually really nice to able to bring them on for an AMA before the pre-sale here. But yeah, no, Matt, you're right. You've been talking about you and King. It's been coming up for months, 3 months, like you said, at least.